Welcome, acolytes. Today I am reacting to Monte Sensei's Fairy anime is now problematic. Seemingly. And I'm just gonna get it out of the way, acolytes. For F's sake, if somebody says that, just get them to F themselves. Frieren is just such a beautifully well thought out, just so good crafted word that it's just, if anybody says that it's problematic, they definitively have a problem in their life that they have to conquer before they actually criticize something as beautiful as Frieren. I can't even speak the name of the show, so there's that in the name of the main character. But this is just and I bet you, acolytes, for 100 years in a soldier that know that they definitively think it's problematic because of the situation with the demons. And demons are just predators that should be offed because we cannot live with them together. They are beasts. But as it is, let's just
One
start.
anime I didn't expect to be as popular as it was Frieren. Mainly because it's a story that takes its time, paces itself, putting trust in the viewer that they'll be patient enough to enjoy and appreciate the type of story that Frieren is. And in the age of low attention span, this surprised me of how popular it became. It doesn't really rely on endless action to keep you engaged. It's a very character-driven story versus plot-heavy, in my personal opinion, where a lot of times I forgot what the main plot even is, because each episode peels back another layer of certain characters, where we learn more about who they are and their backstory. And when we do get action, it really goes all out, being fully fascinating.
Correctly.
Frieren as a character is interesting. She's not just a logical, pragmatic OP elf, but she's quirky, lazy, obsessed with grimoires, and a little selfish, which makes her funny, humorous, and dynamic, and I enjoy watching her through this journey. But of course, with popularity comes the fringe, insane, easily triggered hallway monitors, not looking to be entertained, but looking to be offended, as we have here. I'm sorry.
And yes, by the way, this is all true. The main character is just on effing point. Most human character we had in a long time. A character filled with humanity. Let's say it like this, because she's an elf, so that's that. But in the end of the day, he's just so correct about every single thing. As I said, it's just so... I just cannot stop gushing about it, acolytes. It's just insane. It's just so on point from time to time.
Sorry, but this Frieren show is suspect as hell, and if the demons are just all evil just cuz, and they kill just cuz they like it, that's fascistic messaging.
By the way, if somebody writes something like this and it's your friend, cut them off. If this is and yes, I am saying cut them off, not because they may be wrong about an anime, but if this is the thing they are writing, and we know how those freaks act, you will suffer at some point. This is a gigantic red flag you should follow and instantly act upon.
That is so stupid.
I'm told this is not fascism, referring to a panel going viral, a Frieren explaining to someone, the more you desire coexistence, the more people will die by your hands. And who she is referring to are demons. And these activist-minded people label this as racist.
That's racist.
They can't stand the way demons are portrayed in this story as objectively evil, point blank period. They can't comprehend the idea of a whole race of creature or being labeled as such. So besides being mentally unwell, unable to enjoy this wonderful story of Frieren without immediately politicizing it, I've noticed with this class of activists in particular is that they have a very
best scene after this with the demon girl.
Unhealthy and extremely dangerous affinity for blind empathy, lacking any rational judgment. They're the type to defend the villains rather than protect the innocent. If Frieren was real, they're the type you kick out of the village because they will lead to the mass killing and destruction of everyone and everything. Just like the chief, where Frieren was trying to warn him, do not trust these demons. They will manipulate you by using your own speech and emotions against you, knowing how to appeal to your kindness and willingness to understand, which the demon child does, just by saying mommy while crying.
It hurts. Please, mommy.
Kill her, and we'd be no better than them. You're going to regret not killing this girl.
And even after killing another child of that village, they still accept him. And like a countdown, Frieren is forced to sit by until inevitably the demon leads to more killings, and the chief included. And this really offends these activists. They can't conceptualize demons as predators and humans as prey. They literally act as the chief in this village, falling for their tactics. That a simple phrase like "mommy, help me" triggers an emotional appeal in us humans.
Why would you call out to a mother you've never known?
That word stops humans. It keeps them from murdering us. Isn't that magical?
It's no different from a lion hiding in tall grass to hunt down their prey. It's instinctual, whatever gets the job done. And I think this article really makes a great comparison of how demons act in this story. Think of it this way. Cats are known to imitate the chirping of birds, resulting in a sound called trilling. Cats do not understand the language of birds, but they do know that imitating these sounds might lure in the prey. And that's a great way of explaining it. You know,
on point! This man did his digging. Nice.
These are the same type of people that see orcs in Lord of the Rings as black people, or really orcs in general. And I remember this headline: orcs and why they are awful representation for black people.
You are.
Because they aren't black people. That's why there are awful representations for black people. Those are orcs. Orcs are very, very mean. Now, between us, actual normal human beings, acolytes, you know this is a fantasy race that's just pure evil, don't you? Fair enough. Good.
Are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
And I am truly astonished of how people come to these conclusions. They really can't see orc as just a creature or monster that's evil, but an oppressed class that must be listened to and understood. It's the reason why that in the latest Rings of Power, they had them acting out behavior that's similar to humans with families and all. That really they've been wronged in history and have been oppressed and just want to live out regular human lives. And that's why I say they have a very dangerous affinity for blind empathy. They give it out like charity. And if Frieren was real, they would put everyone's lives at risk.
Yet, and the thing is, everybody is always charitable with the lives of others. I'm not that kind of way. I prefer criminal scum to be instantly just locked out, and that's that. F them. If they fuck up, they should get their punishment and then go out. But the criminal worship we have right now, acolytes, is just sickening to me. It's totally sickening to me. It's something that I cannot understand. How can you not want to just protect the ones you love in your freaking life? How can you sacrifice them for someone who harms not just the people that you love, but will harm other people that somebody else loves? Is this some kind of empathy that I got, but that those people lack? I just don't know, acolytes. And I am speaking as a freaking undead creature here. So, yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know.
Now, I'm going to just highlight some nonsensical points in this article pertaining to this topic. The writer states, I am infinitely more aligned with the side that thinks the series is problematic, meaning Frieren, than the side that thinks it doesn't. And if it's not problematic, then it's just sloppily written in regards to its main antagonist. It is stressed to a frankly obnoxious degree that demons are completely devoid of most human emotion and are stated to lack any capacity for empathy or kindness. How can you find this annoying? That's like finding a lion annoying for eating hyenas. It's explained as a natural characteristic in the story, but again, blind empathy. They get offended at the idea of objective evil and that it can exist. But this right here is when the mental illness is on full display. They say, though a good number of fiction has evil races, how many of those emphasize how human-like they are and then double down on how they're all inherently evil anyways? How many of them propose total extermination as preferable to even attempting to coexist? To my record, practically no contemporary fiction follows this trend, but amongst propaganda designed to encourage war, imperialism, and genocide, talk about reaching, man. And then they compare it to the Holocaust. Of course they do. We speculate this may reflect a process of demonization in which, let's say, Yahtzee propagandists portrayed the Jews as highly capable of planning and intentionality while nonetheless possessing a subhuman moral character. Jesus Christ. And at this point, I truly pity these people. Not on some I feel sorry for you, but your mind has been so warped and indoctrinated that you can't just enjoy an anime or story in general without being offended or finding some avenue to politicize it. You're just gone as a person and just so lost at this point. It's really sad. Then they crossed the line of just pure disrespect, alluding that the author may be racist, a Frieren. The line between this...
Of course, and by the way, he may feel pity, but that's where my empathy is gone. I was there in the early days where Gamergate 1 started, and there I showed a lot of empathy. I was naive to believe that those freaks will actually at some point come around, just calm down, so we can, in peace, work together to make things better. I was wrong. And at some point, you just have to aim to destroy the freaks that wanna destroy you. I have no empathy for that shit anymore. Those are just pure undead holes that just gave up their humanity for basically nothing. So no, go in, destroy them, go out, regenerate. That's at least how I see it.
Author meant to be racist, and this author's story ended up being racist is a matter of opinion. Like, fuck you at this point. At this point, you need a figurative slap in the face, and they continue to allude that the author is fascist and genocidal. Like, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. When I say these people suffer from mental illness, that's not hyperbolic. I mean that. That's why I say political correctness is a virus that acts as a mean to strip the world of fun and escapism. These people are miserable and they need you to join in their misery, and I pity them because they are straight up pitiful and just truly lost. There's no saving them. They're gone. But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. And yes, it really is like people who are terminally online, a fringe group. But the reason why I make these videos is because for too long, these fringe, mentally ill people have dictated how creativity and art has been made for the past few years, close to a decade. And it has ruined pure escapism. It has ruined entertainment because these narratives were allowed to surface and persist without being checked or counterbalanced. Or even if they were counterbalanced or given pushback, the people given the pushback were suppressed. And now's the opportunity to just say, you know what, all that shit y'all been talking about is bullshit and nonsense, and I had enough. Like, I won't allow you to just ruin entertainment and just have free reign to just destroy what people love and what people find escapism in. So that's why I make these videos. So I hope y'all can understand that. Anyways, I love the character story, all of the above, man. I love Frieren, and I can't wait.
Yep. Show the man some love. Monte Sensei, perfection. I agree with 100% of what you're saying, except for the showing empathy to the enemy at this point. It's just way too late. We are gone from that. I know that you are a normal human being who actually wants to live in peace, who wants to build up things instead of tearing them down. But our opposition won't do that, mate. It's just done. It's just done at this point. Seek to destroy and to build up and regenerate afterwards. But as it is, acolytes, good night.